up, guys? So today I'm killing two birds with one stone. It's Halloween week, which dictates that every film vlogger on YouTube must review horror films, so that's what I'm going to do for you. But I'm also going to continue my London Film Festival coverage by reviewing the new horror sci-fi from director Brandon Cronenberg, Possessor. Two birds, one stone, and yummy dead birds. Credit to anybody that gets that reference. If Cronenberg's name sounds suspiciously familiar, that's because Brandon Cronenberg is the son of David Cronenberg, the legendary body horror filmmaker of the 1980s. He had hits like Videodrome, Scanners, and The Fly. Anyway, it would appear that the apple does indeed not fall too far from the tree because Brandon is following closely in his dad's footsteps with Possessor. This is his second feature after 2012's Antiviral, and it very much feels in the style and vein of his dad's work. If you guys enjoy my work, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me, and if you want more movie and TV content just like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Possessor follows Tasia Voss, played in this film by Andrea Riseborough, a corporate assassin who hijacks people's minds and bodies using brain-implant technology to get close to high-profile targets in the guise of somebody that they know, like their family members or colleagues, and then execute them unsuspectingly. First of all, I love the premise of this film. I've seen body snatcher movies before, but never where the snatchers are assassins, so already Possessor gets points for originality. It's also quite cool in its style and aesthetic. I believe the film is set in the not-too-distant future, and the production design seems to blend together elements of the future, like neon lighting, with things from the past, like derelict-looking buildings. So you got a nice blend of the past and the future to create their present. In fact, that's something you can see in both Cronenberg's senior and junior movies, is a fusion of elements. Like in The Fly, it's the fusion of man and animal. In Videodrome, it was sex and violence. Here in Possessor, it's the fusion of two individuals and the melding of their minds. In Possessor, Tasia's next target for assassination is John Pass, the CEO of a data mining company, played in this film by Sean Bean. Her target for binding with, or possessing if you will, is John Pass's soon-to-be son-in-law, Colin Tate, playing this film by Christopher Abbott. She has 3 days of compatibility with Colin's mind before the implant dissolves and then risks brain damage. And that's where the head fuckery of this film comes in. Possessor won't be to everyone's taste. It's graphic, it's gory, it's very violent, but if you're not a fan of that stuff, why would you be watching it anyway? I, for the most, really enjoyed Possessor. I thought the plot was intelligent, the performances were fantastic, Andrea Riseborough is always a knockout. I thought she was great as the cold Tasia, but Christopher Abbott stole this film for me. He really was the standout because not only does he have to play Colin, but he has to play Colin when Tasia is inside of him, if that makes sense. And I have to say, I was very impressed with how he played it. The differences between the two characters were so subtly nuanced. You know when you go see a friend and things feel a little bit off between you because your friend clearly has something on their mind but they don't want to talk about it? Well, that's what Abbott has to embody when he's been possessed by Tasia. And he does it so convincingly. It's a cracking performance. I'm also a sucker for old school practical effects, and Possessor has plenty of them. I appreciate horror which prompts a visceral response, and there's some bloody disgusting scenes in it. I literally rolled my tongue across my teeth just to check that they were all there during one scene where someone's teeth get knocked out. I was like, no! Oh, thank God they're still there. Some of it is so squirm-inducing, but there were a couple moments with the practical effects where they looked a little bit fake, like something you would see in a student film which doesn't have a lot of budget. But having said that, I will always prefer practical effects to CGI. What about you guys? Would you prefer CGI or practical effects? Let me know in the comment section down below. I also really appreciated the editing by Matthew Hannum. This film could have got very messy when you've got characters entering each other's minds. When Tasia and Colin's minds start bleeding into each other, all the departments have to work in harmony in order to convey that melding of minds. Lighting, sound design, acting, camera work, score. But it's the editing which glues it all together. That's what makes it work and gives all this visual imagery its subtext and meaning. When it comes to negatives for Possessor, I would say my gripe with it would be that after a certain point, maybe 2/3 into the film, it kind of loses steam. It still held my attention, but I wasn't as interested. The ending I thought would blow me away, but it just nudged me. So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? Possessor is a horror film that I will probably watch again at some point. However, I know I'd have to be in the right mood for it. It gets bloody. I'm not sure if the version I watched was the uncut version or just the theatrical version, It was quite bloody and graphic, so that would make me think it was the uncut version, but maybe there's still an uncut version I haven't seen, and it's more bloody, more violent, more graphic. God, how much more gory and bloody can it get? But I would like to see it, so if I do watch this again, maybe I'll try and find the uncut version, just to compare. Question number 2, do I recommend it for you guys? Well, I do and I don't. If you're a fan of graphic and gory horror, or the practical effects of like David Cronenberg's work, then you should definitely check out Brandon Cronenberg's work. It's in a similar vein, and it's probably right up your alley. However, if you're a queasy person, or easily disgusted or offended, this isn't for you. And question number 3, what score do I give it out of 10? It's original, stylish, great direction and performances. However, I do wish it had more to say and the ending had more oomph, so I'm going to give Possessor a 7.5 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I would love to hear from you. Have you guys seen Possessor, the theatrical or the uncut version? If you guys have, what did you make of it? Whatever you have to say, let me know in that comment section down below. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. More movie and TV content just like this, don't forget to click subscribe. And if you want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, on that video description down below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Kearfield. Happy Halloween.